Right now on Up with KREM, a bill that would protect Washington voters' privacy has passed the Senate. What this bill could mean for voters.
And we are tracking a bit of some patchy fog along with rain by this weekend.
The stage is set, the field is painted, and we are just days away from the Super Bowl. We are talking all things Seahawks this morning.
Up with KREM begins now.
Get ready. 12's just 2 days away now. Can you tell? I'm just a little bit excited. My boss was like, do you want to wear your jersey on air? And I was like,
duh.
100%. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Tim Pham.
I'm Nicole Hernandez. Let's get over to meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Thomas, you've been dealing with some patchy fog over there. Where is it landing now?
Yeah, it looks like it's landing mostly over Northtown of Spokane, but it hasn't been quite widespread enough to warrant dense fog advisories, which is a reverse of the initial forecast at about 4 o'clock this morning. So advisories canceled for Spokane and most of eastern Washington. It was basically in this region, and that's what we were watching closely. The West Plains, the airport, was reporting near zero visibility at 4 a.m., and that's what I'm going through my forecast. And by now, it has improved. I know it's still just 1 mile visibility, so there is some nearby patchy fog, but these numbers are improving slightly as of 6 a.m. And it did get to the point where it wasn't necessary for the advisories and not necessary for our alert days as well. There's Coeur d'Alene, again, a bit of fog just in the distance, but the visibility certainly looks okay on the ground.
Taking a live look now at traffic at I-90 in Havana this morning. You can see compared to yesterday, like Thomas mentioned, that fog not nearly as bad, and it's not impacting our roads at this point. Traffic looks perfectly smooth across the entire region, not just on I-90, but on some of our other highways as well. A bill that would protect voter privacy in Washington state passed the Senate.
The bill would mean driver's licenses, social security numbers, and birth dates stay private. One of the bill's sponsors is State Senator Marcus Riccelli from here in Spokane. The bill comes after President Trump sued several states and threatened legal action against Washington state back in 2025 for refusing to provide voter information. The Trump administration says it was a way to find voter fraud.
It doesn't matter who's in the White House. This is a federal overreach, and we should do everything in our power and use our states' rights mentality to protect people's sensitive information.
If this bill becomes a law, anyone at the county level proven to have violated it receives a felony charge and face a fine of up to $10,000 and up to 5 years in prison. Those against the bill say the punishment does not fit the crime.
An update this morning on the double homicide in North Spokane. Police took a man into custody for second-degree murder warrants. Spokane police say they found him in a nearby apartment. Officers responded to an apartment complex in North Spokane at 11:30 Wednesday night about shots fired. When officers got there, they found 2 people dead. Police are now investigating this as a double homicide, but have not given a motive.
6:03 this morning marks day 6 in the search for Nancy Guthrie. We are learning new details about the apparent abduction of the 84-year-old. The Pima County Sheriff's Office says they are searching with the assumption Guthrie is still alive. Her son, Cameron Guthrie, took to social media in a new social media video asking for proof she is still alive and letting the captor know that they are willing to talk. This morning, we are getting a clearer picture of the timeline from the night Nancy went missing. She arrived home from dinner with her daughter Saturday night at 9:48 p.m., the garage door closing 2 minutes later. Then just before 2 a.m., the doorbell camera disconnects. Around 2:30, the pacemaker she has disconnects from her phone. Investigators say lab results show the bloodstains outside the home belong to Guthrie. At this time, little is being shared about the ransom note. The FBI did share it contained details not previously made public at the time it was sent.
The Idaho Supreme Court decided that the state's private education tax credit is constitutional. The court unanimously said that the people challenging the parental choice tax credit did not show the law violated the state's constitution. The challengers were arguing that if taxpayer dollars were paying for private, tuition-based education, then that's not open to all students. But the court disagreed. The program gives $50 million to private school expenses for Idaho families who register. It's about $5,000 per student.
At 6:05, another quick check of our weather forecast. Cool this morning with some patchy fog still lingering, but certainly not looking as bad as it was yesterday. Hence, dense fog advisory is actually canceled already this morning. Current temperatures right around 32 degrees or so across Spokane County. I'm a little bit more optimistic now that the fog isn't as heavy as yesterday, that we should at least hit the 40s. Unlike yesterday. That will lead into a weekend where temperatures are still mild, but will start to track more fog or more rain instead of fog.
The 12s are getting as excited as the big game is just now 2 days away.
KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live with quite a few diehard Hawks fans.
Oh, he's got a hat on now,
Oh.
too. That looks good on you, Brandon.
They're really trying to convert you here. Brandon, what are you doing this morning? How's the energy?
Come on, folks. Super Bowl 60 is on the way, and we are here at the Spokane Valley Rock Bar and Grill saying we don't care, you know. Shout out to the head coach, Mike McDonald. And yeah, they're ready for a big Super Bowl 60 win, right? You know, and I mean, look at all this gear. Look at these beautiful folks. Look at these beautiful folks. It is an amazing day here to be with you all. Look at this. All right. Pat, man, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. How about you?
I want to talk about this chapter you guys got here in Spokane Valley. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, we're the only club on the eastern side of the state.
Yeah.
And we just love it. Seahawk chapter of the year in 22.
Yeah.
And we just come here and root for our team.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you guys are.
And all the money,
Oh.
all the money that we raise,
Yeah.
all goes to charity. That fills my heart.
That's
why I'm here.
that's
'Cause
beautiful.
I love to watch the Hawks, but I love to gamble and drink and give the money.
That's right. Well, I said earlier, hey, if you want to find some passionate fans, you got to follow the tap, right? And that's what we're doing right here at, the Rock Bar and Grill. Let's talk about this swag right here that Lanita's got. She came in this morning looking like $1 million, and I said, Lanita, look at all this swag you got. How you doing?
I'm good. So excited.
Can I show off your jacket here really quick? Look at this. This is the vintage right here, Seahawks, and
Look at my aunt's jacket.
and then, oh my gosh, look at this. This one looks like it's
Original
suede or
member.
something. That looks nice right there. Original member. Can I do one more chant though? Is that all right, folks? Can I do it? C. You're looking at your Super Bowl 60 champs right here. Come on, let's go 12s. Let's go 12s. Back to you all in the studio.
Oh my gosh, Brandon, he is so good. I think he needs to be hired by the Seahawks. I could see him being a hype man in a crowd.
This was his team.
Oh gosh,
I
he would be
know.
losing it. All right, let's take a live look at Levi Stadium this morning. It's quiet now, but the excitement definitely building for the 12s. Kickoff for the Super Bowl is just a couple of days away, of course. Be sure to stick around all morning long. We have much more coverage of the big game, plus a live report from the Bay Area later in the show.
And this is super cute. A toad out at the Fort Worth Zoo predicted the Seahawks will win the Super Bowl. So this is a tiny Puerto Rican crested toad. He's named Benito after Bad Bunny. The only bad news is the animals at the Fort Worth Zoo have only predicted the Super Bowl correctly once in the past 11 years. So hopefully they make it a second. All right, it's time for your wake-up call. With the Super Bowl, we want to know, what are your score predictions? We have most people saying the Seahawks are going to win, which we love, 31-17.
That was mine, but they sent in a photo of a beach, so yours is way better.
Way cooler. I like the confidence in the 100-0, 37-23, 28-24. Only one person saying they think the Patriots are going to win, but we're going to ignore them this morning.
I'm just
Sorry. Keep texting us to 509-448-2000. Still ahead here on Up with KREM, University of Washington is requiring staff and students to complete a civil rights training. The reason why after the break.
Today is Go Red for Women Day to support heart disease. The factors that could put you at risk for heart disease.